Hello, Flosstube. It's Monica with Peaceful Times, and if you are new here, welcome. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Sometimes some quilting pieces are in there, some haul that I might get here and there. I'm Monica, and it is May 10th, 2025, and it's Saturday, and it's been about 5 weeks since my last video. I don't have a ton of stitching to share, but a few things. I'll start with some life updates. Today our daughter has prom. Our school lets the kids get a ride into Chicago. We're about 60 miles west of there. And then they hop on the cruise ship at Navy Pier and ride around and get to look at the cityscape and all the beautiful lights at night and take fun pictures. And they have a dinner on the boat and then come back around 10 o'clock. And our kids there's a big group of them taking a limo in. Some parents have rented the limo for them so that they get in safely and we don't have to waste our entire night. But I'll go in a few hours. She's gone to get her hair done and then meet with a friend and get all gussied up, and I'll go take pictures at around 4. My husband and I will have dinner and be home and wait to hear all about it. So a few life updates. I'm in the last 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks left of kids at school, which is absolutely my sweet spot of the year. It's one of those things where you know the end is in sight and it's not an oncoming train, which is always a blessing. We have 1 week after that of it's called Debrief Week, where we just discuss everything that happened throughout the year and try and make sure that we're on track for where we want to be as we finish off and then start the new year. So make any changes, any updates to things, handbooks, policies, all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. The 23rd is my last day with kids and the 30th will be my last day in school. Now, as far as summer goes, I've got a ton of plans. I won't really share them with you. I'm in hopes of being on here a lot more to see you more and bring you some fun things. We shall see, though. I don't want to tip my hat too much. You never know what life has in store, so we'll take it one day at a time, like always, right? I have decided to not go to StitchCon this year, but I switched and I'm going to Stitch Camp up in Spring Green, Wisconsin, which is about 2 hours away from me. So it's a lot closer drive, which will be nice. That is June 5th through the 7th. And I'm super excited to go and hang out with all the ladies from there. They've got great designers this year. It's a good lineup. I can't wait to see the projects that they have to share with us. That's only about 4 weeks away, so I keep thinking about that and trying to get things around for leaving on that trip as well. So since I was here last time, we had spring break and we went out to Arizona to see our son. And as of yesterday, daughter-in-law, she was graduating the 25th. And so we got in and out before her folks and family came in for her graduation. I want to put some pictures together. I've got a little video of the attic and some still pictures. Would like to just kind of roll it all together and something to put out. Maybe I'll just make it as a short later if I can't get it today. I've been having a hard time. This morning I spent trying to get my video and pictures to upload. They weren't wanting to upload straight to Canva because I always make the little videos in Canva. And I couldn't get them to do that. And then I was having trouble trying to even download them to my computer, which is where I am taping right now. So I don't know what's going on. You can hear the noise. That noise maybe. That's my dog. I gave her a bath this morning, so she's all tuckered out. She's sleeping on the couch here next to me. And so let's get into some stitching. When we were on the plane, I took a couple of different pieces with me. This is the first one. A lot of these were ones that I had been previously working on and have showed sort of recently, so there's not a lot of new stuff this time. But this is My Home in the Garden by Hello from Liz Mathews. It's super pretty. I've only started on the border. When I had gone to the last retreat, I was able to get the gold border done, and then on the plain I was able to stitch. This is on a 40 count. Hang on, let me see if I can find it for you. I don't remember. I don't have it listed on here. 40 count sand, but I don't know if it's by Picture This Plus or what. That's my guess. That's my assumption. But that is the blue border that I added. They kind of melt in together with each other, and I was able to, it's just kind of mindless stitching, so you don't have to keep looking back and forth and trying to follow a pattern when you're on the plane bouncing around. So I didn't get too far, but like that. That was actually a lot of stitching. I don't know if I did any on the way back of this, but I did this much on the way there. Oh, it is. Yes, 40 count sand. It's a Zweigart base is all I know. The next one I added to at home is Humming of the Bees by Blackbird Designs. I've started this one previously, and I'm just working on the top border, but I did get a little bit more done. That's the back. How about the front? I also started in with the alphabet. Can't see it too much, but it's on there a little bit. I've got two more pink buds to put here and another pink bud or two over here to finish that main border, which will take me from like here over to here. And then I can, this part is still the same kind of border as this one, and the bottom as well. This one side is a little different, so. Okay. So a little bit more progress on that, a couple more days, nights of working on that as well. I'm using all the called for DMC, and I did add in for the house used brick by Classic Colorworks. Okay. The next one I continued to work on, I showed you this last time, Spring Hare by La Di Da. I only had, I think, the A done. So since then, I did work a couple more days on some of the rest of the alphabet. There's only two different threads used in this. And I'm using the called for Garden Gate and what's the other one? Sable. Those are the two. They're both Gentle Arts. Oh, I guess there's a DMC as well in there. So. Okay. This was one that I wanted to start, but haven't yet, As the Crow Flies, Pin Keep. I am going to do it, though. I've got the threads for it in there. And I'm going to stitch it on the same fabric, which is Angel Hare. It's a 36 count by Weeks Dye Works. This is what it looks like. This is Angel Hare, so it's real creamy, pretty yellowy color. I have actually started Butternut House Pin Keep on it. This is by Stacy Nash. I haven't gotten very far, but it was a start. I know it's hard sometimes to like show things or to think anybody cares because, and when when you don't see very much of it and you just see the start, you're kind of like, nobody wants to do that because it doesn't look all that great. But I will be putting this on the same fabric. It's very pretty too. I think those are going to look nice together. Okay, some of the other things I did on the plane was I've been working on this one, and this is just always a good chart. I've been doing it in the car, and now I've been working on it in the plane. This is Memorial Day by Hands On Designs. God shed his grace on thee. And I got a little further with this one. I added some more to the flag. So this whole bottom part of the flag I worked on. This is done on a 16 count Aida, and I'm using the called for, which are sulky threads, and I actually kind of love them. I wished I could do more things with this, especially when you're using a 32 count or a 16 count, because of the fact that you only need one layer of floss, but its coverage is great. It's real nice thick coverage without having to have two flosses. The other one is a freebie from Samplers and Santas, 1776. I know it's the chart. I'm not showing it too much, but I picked my own colors, and I don't know what they are. It's a white and a blue and a red. And I finished the red and counted down and started in on the next row of red. This is stitch on, I'm going to assume a weeks, and I'm going to assume it's like a mocha. This is the color typically that they use. It was a little remnant that I got from Keepsakes in Ohio for $3 at StitchCon last year. So it'll be a great pillow that I can use. There's 2 more stripes of red, and then I can make a couple more if I want on it. There's plenty of room there. It's a great buy. I did have a new start. I started Fraktur Flowers by La Di Da. I am doing it on 36 count Ren. Again, I believe by Picture This Plus. This is my start. It's so pretty. I'm just using the DMC colors. I think they give others too, but I'm using the DMC. Where this part is, it's about halfway. So it is on the other half of, or the other half I have is my heart of Friends of the Heart. Okay, my son just came down and left, so I chatted with him for a minute. So I finished with the Friends of the Heart / Fraktur flower. I think that's about all for what I stitched on. So now I have a couple other things. We went to a quilt shop, and I can't remember the name of the town, somewhere in Arizona, when we were headed up to Sedona and Jerome and Prescott that day. And it was a very cute, small little town. Actually, maybe it'll say where we were at. Cottonwood, Arizona. Now, I would move to Cottonwood, Arizona, let me tell you, because it was a very nice, very rural place to live. So, but they had this up there, and this says, "Stitch your stress away." And I loved it, and my son thought I had to have it, so he bought it for me for Mother's Day. And since tomorrow's Mother's Day, I thought I'd share it with you. This will be, you know, hanging up in my shop. It probably will be in the house for a little bit first, and then it'll be up in the shop. So it was a great find, and I love it. I don't know who made it. It's actually more of like a quilter sign, obviously, because it, you know, came, but I'm like, it is perfect for cross stitch as well. And since I love them both, this was perfect. So that was a good find. Now the other things that I bought while I was there, like I said, we went to the attic, and I didn't like take pictures of me with people in there and whatnot. I'm using some Winter Moon right now. I can't remember what. It's maybe, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. But I know I'm using some of this. It could even be, no, that was sand. I don't know. But I know I've used some of this and I like it. It's a great neutral. It's a nice light colored one. And I think I have something in mind for this, but I don't remember what it was. But anyway, I bought this there. It's a 40 count Newcastle Winter Moon. The other piece that I bought, did I get 3 others? Stitcher Spice. Okay, these 3. Nope, these 2. This one I got as well. This is Legacy Smoke Signal. It's a special cut. It's a weird 15.5 by 17.5. It was probably for something that they had charted or something they were kitting at the time. It's a 37 count, but it's a great color, and I was wanting some of this type of color. The other pieces that I got these 2 other pieces that are very similar. Are they the same? Yeah, they are. They're called Stitches and Spice, and the color is Manor House. Now, this is old fabric, old. And it actually came from, it's a needle and flax type of, I don't know that it's needle and flax. It's not. This stuff is from, what's it from? Somewhere in Australia, and it came from Jean's actual stash. It's from her personal stash. So, hang on. All right. My husband was coming home from cleaning church this morning. So anyway, I feel honored to have some of this cool fabric that came directly from her stash. If you know anything about the attic, Jean was the owner of the attic out in Mesa, Arizona, and she passed away of cancer last month. So these are both 40 count, and like I said, it's called Stitches and Spice. It's a really neat hand-dyed. I also got this small piece of 56 count. It's needle and flax Hemingway to try something on. I have never used 56 count. I don't know that I can handle it with my eyesight, but I thought I'd try. So I bought as well 2 different types of silk, because I guess once you get to 56 count and higher, no longer can you use regular like DMC or Classic Colorworks or Weeks Dye Works. You can't use the normal floss. You got to use silk, which is a lot thinner, smaller. So I bought these 2 reds. This one here is a let's see, no, this is a Swasserfine, I guess that's what they call it. Now it's coming across like a brick red. It's really not a brick red. I have a feeling it has to do with my shirt. This is a bright, like cherry red. It's not coming across that way. Let me see if I can find something white to put it with. If I put it on here, there, that's a little better. That is showing up now nicer color-wise, because before it was very much brick reddy. So this is a nice bright red, which would be pretty on there. And this is 103 Avera Soie. So that's a little different. So little different colors. She said try, pull out a chunk, stitch a bunch of X's, stitch a row of X's on one side, flip it over, do a bunch of X's on the other side, and decide which one I like better, and then go from there. So this also came from Jean's stash. I really want a bunch of stuff this color. This was the closest I could kind of find, which it's similar. I know what I'm going to use. This one I think was what I was going to use for Sarah Barnes. I think that's what it was. I have that chart. I'll show you. I'll maybe start it next time. But anyway, so I got this little chunk and some silks to try. That's all you can do, right? Just spend a couple bucks and try things to see if you like it or not. The last thing that I wanted to show you was some haul. And I had received, hang on one sec. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to get the haul that I had. I had previously put an order in with Shakespeare's Peddler with Teresa and didn't get it before my last video, but it did come in after that. So these are the things that I got. This is from the Scarlet House. This is called a sampler for all seasons. All of these were on a great sale that she had, which is why I got them. I've wanted them on and off, but this is a kind of a pricey chart because it's pretty big. But it's one that you can keep up all year round, and I love being able to have those. Not that you couldn't, people put them up and, they have walls of them. I don't have a house where I have walls and walls of space. So that's why not something I'd ever done or wanted to do. This is a Stacy Nash, the Federal Sampler. I just love the house. I look forward to doing that someday. This is Plum Street Samplers. This is Jesus Loves Me. This I know. Another great chart. And then the last one was a Teresa Kogut, the Needleworker's Oath. I promise to keep needlework in my hoop and try with all my heart to stitch daily. I love the fact that there's a cat, that there's fabric, that there's the floss, birds, hoop, all of it. So cute. So cute. Love it. The other thing I did is I put an order in on an Etsy shop. This was a chart I got, Silver Creek Samplers, Give Greatly. So this one says, your greatness is not in what you have, but what you give. And this is something you can keep up all winter long. And I just love, I'd rather give than receive any day. So I love that one. Super cute. And then I got 2 books. This one they actually had at the attic. They had a whole bunch of samples put out for it, which I really love. It's called Home for the Holidays. It's Blackbird. So these stockings, I'd love to do, some of these stockings at some point. There's a ton of other pieces in here, of course, than just those. But the one on the back is what I'm excited the most about, which is this one. And that's just part of the chart. Let's see if I can find it in here. There is where you can do 'Tis the Season to be Jolly instead of what this says. But I just love that chart. So I got that book. And then another Blackbird, Sweet Land of Liberty. Of course, this one has a ton of lovelies in it as well. So those are all the neat projects, that are in that one. I look forward to finding one of those maybe coming up for patriotic season to do. I always try and give a freebie or two. Where was I seeing some really cool ones? Dot Quarter Shop always has a couple of good spring ones. This one I printed off. This is by Brenda Gervais. So you can just go on to Brenda Gervais, and this is a free chart she gives you. It's a Mayday basket, but it's a cute little sampler. She doesn't give you the thread colors to use. It is in color on there, but she tells you to use your imagination. So I just printed this off and thought that would be cute. You know, you could pick some colors and make that adorable. I was trying to think of where the other one was. I don't remember if I kept it on here or not. I don't think I did. Anyway, so that's all I have. I thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your spring into summer. Keep stitching, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.